A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke. Jesus said to his disciples, "When you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, know that its desolation is at hand. Then those in Judea must flee to the mountains. Let those within the city escape from it, and let those in that countryside not enter the city. For these days are time of punishment, when all the scriptures are fulfilled. Woe to the pregnant women and nursing mothers in those days, for a terrible calamity will come upon the earth, and a wrathful judgment upon these people. They will fall by the edge of sword, and be taken as captives to all Gentiles. And Jerusalem will be trampled underfoot by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. There will be signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth nation will be dismayed, perplexed by the roaring of the sea and even waves. People will die of fright in anticipation of what is coming upon the world, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man coming a cloud with the power and great glory. But when these signs begin to happen, stand erect and raise your heads, because your redemption is at hand." Are you prepared for the second coming? When you hear the word second coming, the first thing that pops up in our thoughts is the end of time. The end of time daunts us with fear, a taboo, always avoided topic. However, it is a good news for us Christians because we see the Lord face to face. Rejoice and be glad, your salvation is near. Ironically, how can I rejoice with these signs? Jerusalem surrounded by armies, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and on earth, nation will be in dismay. People will die. It can somehow cause great tribulation. Rejoice and be glad, your salvation is near. Are you prepared for the second coming? People who are prepared are those who have God in their hearts, living out their faith through loving their father and mother, forgiving the one who wronged them, caring for the elderly and poor, and praying for others and the dead. These people who live are the ones who are not afraid of the second coming. On the other hand, how about those who have not yet repented or committed these kinds of acts? Probably they are now afraid of second coming of our Lord. The gospel today reminds us to prepare for the second coming of Jesus as judge. There is nothing to be afraid of when you struggle and live out the Christian values: faith, hope, and love. Do we forgive the one who wronged us, or do we almsgiving? Yet our salvation remains in our responsibility. If we choose to remain in a state of sin, then that is the time we feel afraid, because we disconnect ourselves from Christ. Thus, there is no reason to be afraid for those who follow Christ's commandments and teaching and live them faithfully. Dear fellow students, when exams threaten to unmoor us, remember that Pope Francis said in his encyclical letter, it reminds us that there is hope. Hope is not a passive. It calls us to active charity. John Chrysostom said, "Anchor your hope in the promise of redemption, rather than being overwhelmed by fear." In other words, cultivate prayer and study, not allowing the worries of this exam to dominate our future. Thus, academic challenges are not the final word on our worth or destiny. My fellow students, the final examination is fast approaching. We should orient ourselves, make necessary preparation, and sit in study mode. Thus, we won't worry or be afraid no matter what happens. But don't forget to pray and ask for guidance from the Father. Let us take seriously the challenge of God to change our behavior, to forgive, to care, and to love, especially living in holiness, aligning our heart and mind to Jesus. Then, let me repeat the question. Are you prepared for the second coming?